Okay, so this is the next video in our continuation of our AI-102 exam questions, and we are covering all the questions which are present on examtopics.com website. So you can go through that as well. So let's start. So question number 10. So you are developing a web page that will use the video indexer service to display videos of internal company meetings. So video indexer service means like a kind of a search box in which whatever we type, it will display some videos and some corresponding information from all the videos which exist into the database. So these are on the company videos and on the company website regarding the company meetings. So you embed the player widget and the cognitive insight widget into the page. So we are creating some web page. So on that web page we like embed some player widget and the cognitive insight widget. You need to configure the widget to meet the following requirement. Ensure that the user can search for keywords. So like whatever the keyword like a user will enter, so the corresponding video will should display the name and the faces of people in the video. So whenever the video will get play, so it should display the name and the faces of the people by automatically recognizing who all are in the video. Show captions like some titles, and these titles should be in the United States English, right? And so we have given some URL for the widget. So we have to select some options, basically 4 options, and total 6 options are given. So let's see. So this is the widget URL, this is the player widget URL. So player widget means whenever we play the video, so whenever we play the video, like it should show some captions. So let's see first the second option, the player widget. So there is some videos show captions. So show captions, whether we want to show captions, so yes, we want to show the caption, so it should be true. So whether it should be false or it should be true, so it should be true. And captions is equal to in which language we want the caption should be equal to English US, so it should be the English US. So that is fine. Now look at the first option, a cognitive insight widget. So there is an insight widget, right? So basically a search box, and people can like whatever what people can type into that search box, right? So a URL. So widget is equal to this, and control is equal. So control means a kind of a panel, so like search box, scroll bar, so these kind of panels. So control is equal to, so it should be the search box, right? So control is equal to search, and value, so what value people can enter. So people can enter like search for the keywords, right? And using the like people name as well. So answer should be people and the keyword, it should not be people and search. So people and the keywords, so it should be the widget is equal to people and the keywords. So if we reveal the solution, so they told the people keyword search, and show caption is equal to true, caption is equal to English US. Even if you go to a discussion tab, so people are saying the given answer is correct. So let's look at the second question. You train a custom vision model to identify a company product by using a retail domain. So there is a vision model, and we train it, and basically it is a custom like model which we train on our set of images, or our set of products. So what it will do is identify company product. So if we display the product, it will identify. You plan to deploy the model as part of an app for, and so now we have trained the model, we want to deploy the model into the Android phones, basically for the phones. So you need to prepare the model for deployment. So right, so what actions we have to like do. So we have to select three actions. So they are given 4 actions, and we need to select a particular sequence. So one thing I want to tell you, whenever you create a model, the size of the model is very huge. But whenever we deploy the model into a phone, so phone has a very less memory. So what we have to do is we have to change the model and make it a very compact model, so that like it can easily deploy over the like Android phones, right? So for the first step should be change the model domain. Change the model domain means like make it a very compact, right? So first step is this. So once we make it very compact, now we need to retrain the model. So once the model get retrained, after that either we can test the model, but the final step should be export the model to the Android phone. So this should be the final step, right? But first two steps should be, first we need to make the model compact, and then we need to retrain. But we have to select the three options, so we can like eliminate this test the model step. So the three must steps should be: change the model domain, that is we may need to make the model compact for the Android phones, retrain the model, and export the model. So let's reveal the solution. So change the model, retrain the model, and export the model. They have given test, but we have to select the three option. But if we have to select the four option, then this is the sequence. So all the people says like the same only. Even if you go to this tab, the reference link which they have provided. So export your model for use with mobile devices, right? So like for the Android or something like that. So we need to convert to a compact domain, right? So example, so let's suppose our model is for the landmark. So now we have to convert the model to the landmark compact, so that it the size should be like a very like a small size. So let's go to the next question. Okay, so you are developing an application to recognize employee faces by using the face recognition API. So there is a face recognition API. We are developing an application to recognize employee faces. Images of the faces will be accessible from the URI endpoint. Okay. Application code is like this. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Okay, let's see the statement first. The code will add a face image to a person object in person group. So let's look at the code. We can just write like look at the function name. So what the function name said, static async void, and this is the function name add face. So by looking just at the function name, we can like easily guess what it basically actually doing. So it is adding a face, and the first statement said the code will add a face image to a person object in a person group. So it looks correct, so it should be yes. The code will work for a group of 10,000 people. So let's see, is there any condition, if condition like that? So nothing like that, so leave that option number 2 for the time being. Add faces, so add face can be called multiple times to add multiple face images to a person object. So definitely it can be called multiple times. This is a function, we have to just pass the argument, and every time like it will add a face image to a person object in a person group. So it should be yes. So now look at the code will work for a group of 10,000 people, so there is no such condition. So yes, it can work for the like for the 10,000 people. But if you reveal the solution, so they said okay, first is yes, third is yes, and in the second option they said like no. But if you go to the discussion community, so people said like true, 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 so everything should be true. And they also said that there is some like condition, like whether they are using the free tier service or the standard tier. If it is a standard tier, then definitely it can handle like a lot of requests, even like 1 million requests, right? So it depends as well, but even if it is a free tier, still it like handle the like a 10,000 request. So looks it should be yes rather than the no. So look at the next question. So you have a custom vision resource named ACV dev in a development. So we have two environment, one is a development environment, one is a production environment. We have a custom vision resource ACV dev, and we have the ACV prod. So two resources we have created, one in development environment, one in the production environment. In development environment, we build a object detection model, OBJ1, in the project PROJ1. Now we have like created a model. Now we have to deploy the model from the development environment into the production environment. So what three actions should we take? So there are six actions given. So what three actions should we take, and what is the sequence of these three actions? So the final action should be like we have to export into the production, right? So that should be the final step. So if we look at the option, there are two options: use the export, and one is exporting the endpoint on ACV dev, and one is export iteration endpoint on dev. Get project endpoint on use the export project endpoint on ACV dev. So this looks wrong. use the import point project get iteration, use the update project endpoint on ACV prod. So first what we have to do is we have to get the endpoint of the development environment, right? So use the get project endpoints on ACV dev. So first we have to get the endpoint of the AC. So because the model is on the development environment, so we need the endpoint of the the development environment. Then we will import the model. All right. So then we have to one second. Then we have to export the model because we have to export from development and then import into the production. So first we have to get the endpoints on the ACV dev. Second should be we have to export. So use the export project endpoint on ACV dev. So we will export the endpoint because we have the endpoint. Now we will export it. Now in the production environment we will import the endpoint. So let's look at the options. So use the get project endpoint. So that is okay. So first we get the endpoint of a development environment. Then we will export the endpoint from the development environment, and once the endpoint get exported, then we will use the import project endpoint on the production environment. So this way we will deploy from the development to the production environment. So this looks okay. Even if we go to the discussion tab, so people say the given answer is correct. So next question, you are building a language understanding model. So language understanding model means a kind of a bot model which can understand the human language. For a e-commerce platform like Flipkart, Amazon, you need to construct an entity to capture billing address. Okay, which entity type should you use the billing address? Okay, so we have to basically create an entity for a billing address. So first we have to know how the billing address looks like. So in the billing address we have the postcode, like we have the some numeric field, some there's so many field like geographic location, a lot of location. All right. So we can't use the regex. So we have 5 options given, so what option we have to use? So they told the pattern.any, that is totally wrong. List, that is also wrong. Regex, regex is used for the the credit card number, telephone number, because we know the particular sequence, but in the address we are not sure of the particular sequence. So regex can't be used. Two options left, one is the machine learned and one is the geography. Geography only we used when we have to give the city name, state name, then we have to use the geography. So the final only option left is machine learned. So it will be machine learned structure address. So option number A is correct. They told option number B, but it is wrong. So regex only used for the flight number, credit card number. Geography one will be used to the city name, country, region, continent, state. So if you go to this link, but the link they have provided is correct. So entity in the language understanding model, LUIS model. So if you scroll down, and if you see the address, so address part come under the ML entity with structure, because it contains the country name as well, it contains the zip code as well, it contains some a street name, building name. So a lot of sub entities, right? So ML entity can be composed of a smaller sub entity, so it should be a machine learned. So machine has to learn this kind of structure. So option number A looks correct. That is the machine. And even if you go to the discussion tab, so people said A is the answer, and the most voted answer is A. So let's go to the next question. You need to upload speech sample to a speech studio project, right? So there is a speech studio project and we have to upload some speech sample, some audio file basically. How will you upload the samples? So speech studio project means speech to text properties, something like that. So we have to, there's so many samples, so how we will upload? So combine the speech sample into a single audio file, that is a WMA format, and upload the file. So that is totally wrong. We can't combine. If we combine into a single file, how we can distinguish which audio file have the starting point, end point? So that is totally wrong. Upload a zip file that contains a collection of audio files into the WAV format and corresponding text transcript file. So that looks okay. We have to upload all the files, but we can zip it. Along with that, we have to like upload their corresponding text transcript, right? So that is okay. Upload individual file in the FLAC format and manually upload, so this looks wrong. Upload individual audio file in the WMA format, so that looks all wrong. We have to, whenever we upload, we have to use into the zip format. So option number B looks okay. So if you see, option number B looks okay. So they told like whenever we upload, so we have to upload into the zip format. Even if we go to the this link, the reference which they have provided, so prepare data for the custom speech. So let me scroll down. So we have to like upload the data, right? Upload data. So 1 minute. Mm, we have to like data into the zip format only. So see, after you have gathered your audio files and corresponding transcription, package them as a single zip before uploading. So we have to like package them into a single zip and uploading. So right, so that looks okay. And we are uploading a one zip file, and that zip file contain the audio file plus their transcription file, right? So option B looks okay. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you.